Yo, what up out there? My name is Hypocrisy Jones. This is my homie
Scrapp Lotto.
and we are the Weekly Plug. Here to get you plugged in.
Yes.
So, it is a big week, so the Scrappies, because we have the actual awards today, and it's time.
Yes, it is time for I can't remember what number it is, but it's the 2022 Scrappy Awards.
Yes, 2022.
Yep, 2022. I think I want to say 17th, 18th year. I've been doing it since 05, so we're
It's
here.
historic.
Yeah, it is. Like, whenever Facebook started, that's when I started these little awards.
That would be 04, 05.
Yeah, so yeah.
Don't ask me how I know or remember this.
Yeah, that's way back in the day.
Way back.
But yes, we're here, the Scrappies. You know, we gave y'all, the nominees and the categories throughout the past 2 episodes. So hopefully you saw it and know the nominees and are caught up to date. Hopefully you played the playlist, and hopefully you listened to me on AM radio. Playing my favorites, of the year.
Yeah, you did that Dipset selection at the past weekend.
Yes, it was a good turnout.
Good.
People showed up.
Good.
Gave me, had a few call-ins. That requested a couple songs. So, tune in. Get requests. Let's have fun. For just me and my music for an hour. And y'all can call in and we can request something and we'll play it.
You doing a Scrappies playlist on Christmas or anything?
Oh yeah, with the Scrappies on for the Christmas I'm doing like a little holiday playlist. We're gonna see about that with the holiday playlist.
All right, so make sure to check out your man the Scrapyard on the AMP app.
Yes.
But let's get into these winners of the Scrappies.
Yes. Clap.
I feel like fancy.
Okay, with the first category, we got Female R&B Album of the Year. And we gave you the nominees, so here is your winner. Queen Bee, Beyonce with Renaissance.
As it should be. As it should be.
Yes.
Nothing should be said from that because Beyonce had the greatest album of all time.
All time.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna let you every time.
Yes. Yes. Shout out to Beyonce. Since she's not here, I guess we'll accept the award on her behalf.
Yeah, I'll take it.
So
Cool.
All right. Next up, R&B Song of the Year, and the winner is Lucky Day with Guess, which is wild because there's so many dope songs in that category, and it came down to like the final, like I said, final day for me to pick who the winner was. But shout out to Lucky Day. Awesome. I said we're accepting all the. Actually, let's get this out the way. All the awards are going to be accepted on our behalf because they're not here.
Yeah.
Maybe next year they'll show up. I sent the invites on Twitter, so maybe next year.
I CC'd Kanye.
Honestly, I think we got a good chance of getting Kanye for next
Yeah.
year. We might have Kanye next year.
So stay tuned.
Yeah.
He's coming. Yeah,
Yeah,
one of them, either Kanye or Ye. Jesus, one of his personalities.
Yandi.
Yeah.
We'll get one of them.
Yitler.
but up next is an award, that we didn't even announce for because we didn't give like the nomination out or whatever. But you're just gonna know here's the winner, and this is for a compilation album of the year. It goes to Babyface with Girls Night Out. Indiana born and bred. Shout out to Babyface, and putting Indiana on the map along with the Jacksons and Vivica A. Fox and Mike Epps.
Absolutely.
Yes. And another category that didn't announce the nominees for was Video of the Year. There's a few videos that we saw because MTV doesn't exist anymore, so finding videos is kind of hard. So
YouTube.
So
all you got is YouTube.
Yeah, that's all you got now. And plus,
I don't pay for premium.
Yeah, and plus people really don't check for videos like that anymore. So
very true.
You just have to go out and probably find them yourself. But with that being said, the video of the year is Kendrick Lamar, The Heart Part 5. Because if you remember that video, his face was like changing like the OJ, Kanye, Juicy Smoulier. And,
yeah, I remember that.
Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah, that video was cold.
Yeah, and the whole Juicy Smoulier
Yeah.
thing, that was wild.
Yeah, that was.
OJ, you know, we
Right.
don't fit.
Might have to go back and watch that.
All right. Then now we got the Better Luck Next Year award, which goes to the person that put out the shittiest album of the year.
Oof.
And you know, like, it's not saying that you suck, but
This sucks.
Yeah, this sucked. This body of work sucked, and then you know it didn't sound great, and maybe the next one will sound a lot better. And that goes to Wiz Khalifa with Multiverse. And it's that pains me to give out.
That one hurts.
That pained me to get out because you know Wiz been like, teetering for the past like 5-6 years, but now he's finally underneath the line that you know he's not where he used to be.
Apparently, Wiz's paper planes have crashed. So I hope he can make some new ones.
Yeah. So Wiz, next year, you know, you can rebound and be the comeback player of the year, but
There you go.
that's it's up to you. And speaking of comeback player of the year, that award goes to Kid Cudi. Shout out to Kid Cudi for the comeback player of the year, because last year you got the same award Wiz got, but that album you dropped this year was good enough to give you the comeback player of the year.
Thank you, Kid Cudi. I can't believe you gave him Better Luck Next Time award last year.
Oh, that album, Man on the Moon 3, does not impress me.
I mean, you gotta understand him. I don't know. We can debate about Cudi, but you know what we aren't gonna debate about?
What's that?
Producer of the Year.
Producer of the Year. Now, this right here was a tough category to pick a winner for, because there's two producers on there that been going like back and forth for the past 3 years, and I feel this year, out of the two, this one has been putting in so much work, and that man is The Alchemist. Who do you expect?
No, I can't say his name.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Like for things sacred and stuff, we can't say his name, but he could have won, but
You lost too many deals apparently.
yeah, he lost this deal. But Alchemist, you produce so much. You produce Currency's album. You produce on a hella albums this year. Shout out to you. You wanted
Shout out to Alchemist is just catalog.
Oh yeah,
just period.
his catalog is amazing.
Yeah.
But he won it in, I want to say, like 2020, and Hit Boy won it last year, and it came down to him and Hit Boy this year, because Hit Boy was doing the damn thing this year. But I feel like Alchemist beats resonated with me more this year than Hit Boy's.
That makes sense. It makes sense.
And now we got Lyricist of the Year, and the winner is Black Thought.
Ooh, that's a tough competition.
Yes,
in a category with names like Lupe Fiasco and Lloyd Banks and Benny the Butcher. Benny the Butcher.
Oh man,
Like-
but Black Thought, man, Black Thought, he's been going crazy since the '90s. And
Absolutely.
his album he put out with Danger Mouse was just dope. So like, it's underrated. He didn't get really talked about this year because people, he's an underrated MC.
Well, I mean,
Like,
the Roots were underrated.
yeah,
as fuck,
and
man.
they're so dope. Like
absolutely dope.
the first hip hop band.
Yeah, absolutely. Just shout out the Roots.
Yeah,
shout out Black
to
Thought.
Bruce, shout out Questlove, shout out everybody over there with the Philly. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, even Jimmy Fallon. You should.
Yeah. Shout out to Jimmy. Shout out to Jimmy for even putting Black Thought and them on his show.
Right.
Because he could just pick some random group, but he's like, no, I'm picking the Roots.
Some bald white guy named
Yeah,
Paul.
yeah.
Yeah.
He'll pick Jimmy.
No
But
offense to him.
he picked the Roots, and the Roots became somewhat of a household name.
They should be more, but man,
Yeah.
I've been fucking with the Roots since like '96,
Yeah,
right?
so
So like,
yeah. Since Break You Off.
yes.
And You Got Me. So, but speaking of the next award is the They Got Next award, and this goes out to basically the Rookie of the Year. Well, I ain't gonna say rookie because some of these people been around for a couple of years, so they're not technically a rookie, but you can just see their presence like growing, and like, oh, they're probably about to be something, and that is Glorilla.
Okay.
Like she been putting in the work. Like this year, she's nominated for a Grammy for like off of one song. Like,
Right.
She don't even got like the build to like some of these newer artists got, and she got nominated for one song, which is FNF.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it because it sounds weird for me to say it, so I'm just gonna say FNF. But y'all know what it is, and if you don't, just type in Glorilla FNF, and
Y'all know y'all be jamming that. My girl be jamming that, and I just be looking at her like,
yeah, like
no, you ain't. I'm right here.
yeah, like yeah, you're not
No.
FNF.
No.
'Cause he's right here.
Yeah. But shout out, Glorilla.
And you know, Yo Gotti and everybody down there that I can't remember that record label.
No.
Cocaine Music.
Yeah.
Cocaine Music. Everybody in Cocaine Music, which this is a record label. So shout out to y'all for finding Glorilla and putting her up.
Doing Lord's work out there.
Yes.
All right.
And now another category that went under the radar that I didn't announce, but we're just gonna announce a winner because that's what awards do. Best group album, which goes to the Cool Kids before shit got weird. Cool Kids, they kind of took a little hiatus. Then they came back and they dropped basically 3 albums this year. Well,
Right.
You had like the 2 solo albums, then you had the group album, which won the award. So shout out to the Cool Kids, and they got a Manny Fresh album allegedly dropping next year. So I can't wait to hear that. Cool Kids and Manny Fresh.
Ooh, I don't know. I love the Cool Kids. I hope Earth Gang was at least nominated in this category.
Yeah, they were. Earth Gang was nominated. I'm trying to think of who else. Big Boy and Sleepy Brown with their album was nominated. And just that's all I can remember. I'm just going off the top of my head.
Shout out to the Cool Kids, yo.
Yes. Shout out to them. And Earth Gang.
Yeah. So next up we have Rapper of the Year.
Yes, Rapper of the Year. Like I said, another tough category, and how it judges just off of my most listens and who had the better verses and better stories on their albums. And I gotta give it to Nas.
Ooh.
Nas dropped 2 dope albums this year. And
Nas over Kendrick. I don't know, man. This was a hard category.
Yes,
I would have literally given out at least 4 awards.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Future.
Four, like I said, it's tough, because it's tough to, give it to, like the Nas one. You got like Kendrick, and you got Freddie. But like I said, you got Magic, you got King's Disease 3.
Absolutely.
That's 2 dope bodies of work, and not to count his features that he put out this year. So
yeah, Nas is grinding.
It's Nas's year.
Yeah, hip hop ain't dead, obviously.
Even though he told us back in 06.
I know, man. I still get mad about that sometimes.
Yeah. And rap song of the year.
Yeah.
So that's what's about to be next. And the winner is Kendrick Lamar with Rich Spirit.
Good choice.
Because that song is, man, crazy. Like, there's so many songs on that album that I could have picked, but this is the one song. When I first heard it, I was like, okay, yeah, this is one. Like, I didn't want to pick the domestic violence song, We Cry Together, because when I first heard it, I was like, what?
Yes.
Like, I was like, okay, this is crazy. But like the story of it was dope and all this and that. But I was like, yeah, I can't pick it because Rich Spirit,
Every song on that album was absolutely great.
Yeah.
And when we get to album of the year, I feel like I have a feeling, but man, I could be wrong. But could be. But yeah, rap song of the year.
Rap song.
Rich Spirit, Kendrick Lamar.
Shout out to
Kendrick. Wrong.
Kendrick got two Scrappies, so far.
2
video and.
What's he have all time?
At least 10.
Okay. All right.
I'll say at least 10 Scrappies.
Just racking up the Scrappies.
Yes. Yeah. Been in the game 11 years now.
All right. Next up, we have female rap album of the year.
Yes. And, like I say, there's a few albums that I heard this year, from the female rappers. And, some people are not really big female rapper fans, but, I listen to everything. And I give everything, a chance. And, they be spitting sometimes, even though I can't relate to it. But they be snapping. But this year, female rap album of the year goes to Armani Caesar with the Liz 2.
Ooh.
And this shout out to West Side Gun for putting this album together, because he probably one of the better executive producers in the game right now. Because if you listen to Wrong Street's album, who dropped this year, and the Liz, he's basically executive produced the album, put the tracks in order, picked the beats, and you can just tell this is a Griselda album. A shout out to Armani and West Side Gun and the whole Griselda family. And speaking of Griselda, there's another award that didn't get announced.
Yeah.
And that was Rap Label of the Year.
Oh,
Record Label of the Year. And Griselda wins again, which is like their third year in a row. Like, you had Benny drop this year. Westside dropped 2 albums this year. You had Rome Streets. Then you had Armani. Then you had Conway with his projects. Like, this label's been busy the past 3 years. And Eminem still fumbled them.
But you see, Westside, he's out there curating musical greatness.
Yes.
And I know a little bit of something about curating.
Yes. Now, you got Male R&B Album of the Year. And the winner is Lucky Day with Candy Drip.
Hey.
Like, that album is like, I just was listening to that album at work this past week, getting a little fresh, to making sure, like,
right.
Does this album deserve to win? And yes, it deserved to win this award. Like, shout out to all the nominees. Like, I listen to y'all albums too, and y'all deserve to be nominated, but Lucky Day, it was his lucky day.
There we go.
We got a musical performance.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to Chris Brown with the musical performance.
There we go.
Shout out to Chris Brown, with the musical performance.
Always.
Yes. But now it's time to give out the Scrappy Rap Album of the Year, which goes to Pusha T. It's Almost Dry. Like, that album is so freaking crazy.
That album is crazy.
Like, the production, shout out to him and Pharrell on the production.
He said him.
Shout out to him and Pharrell on the production. Like, they basically was like fighting on that album.
Yes.
And we got a Clips reunion on that album, which was dope. And we got a Jay-Z feature. So, that's a rap album of the year right there. That's all you really need. You got rap album of the year.
If it's almost dry,
cocaine rap.
If it's almost dry, you think we should just spit on it? Is it too soon?
Yeah, not too soon.
My bad. Okay. How about we go for album of the year?
Yes. Album of the year. Now, I'm going to say the nominees again for this one, because this is the big award. This is like, this is the final award of the night. And, it's like I said, all year, it's 365 days of music, all wrapped up all in one. And don't forget, when this posts, there's going to be a blog that drops with my 50 top albums of the year. I'm basically giving you my 50 in order with a little, probably paragraph of how I felt about the album. So check that out. And also, like I said, check out the AMP, show where I basically go through a few of these songs. But anyway, let's get to it. And the nominees for album of the year, we have Kendrick Lamar with Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Stepping on 'em. Beyonce with Renaissance. Lucky Day with Candy Drip. PJ Morton with Watch the Sun. And Pusha T again with It's Almost Dry. And the album of the year goes to... I'm so excited. Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale, and the Big Steppers.
Hey.
Album of the year. Flawless. The story it gives, to talk about mental health, which is big right now within our community.
Talking about domestic relationships.
Which is, not big in the community, but it's out there.
Yeah, well, it's real.
Oh, yeah,
This was the realest album
Yes.
that I probably heard in my 30 plus years.
Yes.
And it was much needed album. Shout out to Kendrick. Please, I hope we never lose him.
Yeah, yes,
and please,
he's a treasure, man.
Yeah.
Like, every album, like, he gets gives us his best at each album, and like it's kind of hard not to give him an award for one of his albums, and this is the award I had to give to because he gave us a piece of art that probably gonna be talked about in their their little awards that they celebrate.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He might win that one, but I feel like Pusha might be sneaking too because I saw something earlier today that Billboard gave him best rap album of the year. So that might
pretty close.
That might give Pusha T a little nudge, but I still think Kendrick is going to get rap album of the year at that award show.
The other
award
that
show
matters less.
Yeah, but this one he gets album of the year. But shout out to all the nominees for album of the year. Shout out to Kendrick.
Give everybody
PG Lang. He's not TDE no more, so it's PG Lang, his new label. Shout out to you. Yes, big steppers.
Yeah,
Mr. Morale.
Yo, so I mean, there you have it. Those are the Scrappies of 2022.
Yes.
I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys go back, listen to the playlist, man. It's a whole day's worth. It's like 7.5 hours.
Yes, none of us.
Just bangers on it, and it'll keep you on a ride of emotions all day. I throw it on at the shoot job, and gets me through my day.
Like go to the gym, play it while you're at the gym. If you got to commute somewhere, just throw it on. Like just put it on random, or you can just listen to top to bottom. My playlists are made for random, but you can do the top to bottom.
I like it. I dig it. Well, this has been the weekly plug, and I hope y'all got plugged in. Peace.
See you next year.
Yo, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of the Weekly Plug. You got plugged in. Again, my name is Hypocrisy Jones. You can find me on Facebook right there. You can also find me across all social medias at Curator Bell, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you have. Tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on Facebook at Scrapp Lotto, same with Twitter at Scrapp Lotto, and you can find me on AMP at The Scrapyard.
Probably find us at your mom's house too.